tape. Let's dive into the tape.
Mike Rupp with a Yager-like salute.
Roll the tape.
Rupp with a shot. He's gone.
2 goals for Mike Rupp.
Look at him go. Tape the tape. Let's diggity dive right into the tape.
All right, we're diving into the tape room today, and we're talking Sidney Crosby. And this is the same player that broke into the league and had over 100 points right away. But he's doing things at that same pace now, but it's with a little more smarts. It's using his body a little bit differently, and I want to dive into it. And let's just look at this, at how successful he's been in productivity. When you look at goals, he's on pace for his second highest goal-scoring season of his career, Doobie.
It's crazy. I mean, it's not surprising with how well he takes care of himself. At 36 years old, he's always been that way. Not just that, the competitive side. He's one of the most, if not the most competitive player out there, and that just doesn't go away for him. So he's got, like you said, the things that he does for me. He was one player for me that just made me uncomfortable when I played against him, because he's so tricky, he's so smart. He was always looking at me, waiting for me to move off my post or behind the net or just do something, and I always felt like he had the upper hand on me, and that wasn't usually the case when he played. I obviously felt comfortable out there, and with him, did not feel comfortable with him out there.
No, definitely not. And with that age comes some wisdom, too. And we're going to point out a few things Doobie and I picked out to show off in the tape room and show what it is about his game that's allowing him to do these things. And, hey, if you're at home, maybe you can incorporate these things. Here's one. This is pretty simple, right? He just won the face-off, Doobie. No big deal. But on a power play in Pittsburgh that's been struggling so bad, pause it right here, guys. That's Erik Karlsson up there. That's Nick Suzuki. He knows he's got to get out and cut this off. This could have been called an interference penalty, no question about it, but it's not. And with that, the interference that he runs there buys the time. Here's another one. Sidney Crosby right here. He's looking. A different face-off play, once again on the power play. And, guys, we take another look. Let's just pause it for a second. Is Sidney Crosby, if we pause here, if we can. So Sidney Crosby, he needs to know, as he's rolling into a one-timer spot, is this guy going to be the guy that blocks it? Oftentimes, Doobie, when you're in net, your defenseman's tasked with that one-timer as well. Is it going to be Drew Doughty? And it's the vision right here. Time. Look around. Okay, I see that this is what I have. This guy's not going to be in my lane. If I dripped out and let that shot go, and how hard is that shot for a goaltender, the placement of this thing?
Well, yeah, like you said, he looks right here, and then he sees that guy's not close to him. So that's when he's making his decision to take that one-timer. But what a shot. I mean, it's just, and you don't see Sid take a whole bunch of one-timers, but that sweeping one-timer in a perfect spot, low blocker as the goalie's moving the other way. That goalie gets past a little bit. No chance.
Okay, we're talking geometry, guys. So let's slow it down, and I just want to show you something right now before we get going. If we take a pause and we look at this hockey stick, we got a Sidney Crosby stick in here. This goal is all about geometry, and he uses clearly, this is a game used Sid stick. There's not much curve on there, and to know that, along the way, you learn things, and geometry is a big one. We can incorporate a little bit of that into this play. So we saw the beautiful tip, and Doobie, I want you to explain why that's so difficult for a goaltender to pick up, because you probably don't have any time to get set, right?
Yes, exactly. Well, if you run it here, I mean, the great thing about this play is Sid's the first guy in. Okay, he makes the hit. He's the first forechecker. He starts this entire play. Then he goes right to where he goes to the net. Now, but if you watch it, stop it here. Okay, so you'll see Soderblom here. He's gonna go and he's gonna start to get up because he thinks that a player is gonna catch this puck. That he's got some space, so he's thinking he's going to catch this puck, maybe try to make a move, maybe catch it and shoot it. So he starts to get up, and Crosby just turns his stick. He's the best in the world at doing these tips, and he just opens up his blade and floats it right by his ear. You can run it now. But you can see he throws the brakes on there and starts to get up and thinks that it's going to be a turnaround shot, and before he knows it, it's going by his ear.
As he's skating in that direction, he's weighing it up, right? What angle do I need to catch this thing out? And I think most goalies think that he's going to hold on to it, and he doesn't. This is a thing of beauty to me. You watch it in real speed. You watch it over again. We're going to focus on the one hand on his stick, his right hand. I want to focus right here on his left hand. He sees Mark Stahl. That's his biggest weapon to get the puck. What does he do? Watch this left hand. I'm not talking about the right hand. Watch the left hand right here. That buys him the time to make this beautiful pass to Raquel in a game where they really needed the points. This is what everyone else sees right away, right? Okay, what a great play. As a goaltender, Would you ever expect the pass to be coming on one hand?
No, and that's the whole thing when I talked about him making me uncomfortable, is because things like this happen, especially around the goal line and around the net. Right here, I'm thinking, okay, he's going to keep driving. He's got his hand out. He's got one hand on his stick. He's going to continue to hold it, and then it's just like that. And it's backdoor, and then you're late for it because you just don't expect it.
It's incredible. So as he is 36 years old, having one of his finest seasons, but it's not the emotion and energy of his first year. It's thinking through the game, using your body, understanding the tricks that he's always known. But even on a veteran defender like Mark Stahl, a rookie goaltenders, an experienced penalty kill in LA, all of those things, he's outthinking them, outsmarting them, and using his body. That's just another example of the ways that Sidney Crosby does his thing.